The world is watching closely as Donald Trump prepares for a high stake visit to China, a meeting that could redefine the future of global power, trade, technology, and even the balance of peace in Asia. This is not just another diplomatic handshake. This summit comes at a time when tensions are rising across the world, from the Iran crisis and Taiwan tensions to economic uncertainty, AI competition, and fears of new Cold War between the United States and China. And at the center of it all, the two leaders trying to shape the future global order. So let's discuss how the US China rivalry changed the world. For decades, the United States and China worked together economically. America invested heavily in China's growth, believing that trade and globalization would create long term cooperation. But over time, China transformed into a manufacturing giant, a technological superpower, and a military force capable of challenging American dominance. Everything changed during Trump's first presidency. The trade war launched in 2018 marked the beginning of the new era. Tariffs were imposed, technology restrictions increased, and Washington started treating Beijing not just as a competitor but as a strategic rival. Since then, the rivalry has expanded far beyond trade. Now, the battle includes artificial intelligence, semiconductor control, rare earth minerals, cyber warfare, and military influence into the Indo-Pacific. Now, the point over here is currently China is dominating the Middle East. So, this summit was planned earlier, and this meeting is happening during one of the most unstable geopolitical periods in recent years. The Iran crisis has shaken global oil markets. Taiwan remains a major flashpoint between Washington and Beijing. And global supply chains are still under pressure after years of economic disruptions. At the same time, both nations understand a dangerous reality. If tensions spiral out of control, the global economy could suffer massive consequences. That is for sure. That is why Trump and Xi are expected to discuss, mostly related to the Iran war. However, there will be trade agreements, energy security, AI, then rare earth supply chains. Behind closed doors, the real goal may be preventing a direct geopolitical collision between the world's two biggest powers. The hidden battle for technology. One of the biggest issues in this summit is technology dominance. The United States is trying to limit China's access to advanced semiconductor technology and AI systems. Washington believes whoever controls advanced chips and artificial intelligence could dominate the global economy for decades. China, meanwhile, is rapidly investing in self reliance. Beijing wants to reduce dependency on Western technology and build its own ecosystem for chips, AI, and next generation manufacturing. This technological rivalry is now becoming as important as nuclear competition was during the Cold War. And the outcome may shape the future of global innovation itself. Now, there is some part of India is also associated over here. India is closely watching every development from this summit. Over the last few years, many global companies shifted manufacturing away from China into countries like India and Vietnam. India benefited from electronics manufacturing growth, from semiconductor investments, and defense cooperation. If Trump and Xi improve economic relations, some investment momentum could slow temporarily. But the larger strategic rivalry is unlikely to disappear. That is for sure. The biggest question now is very simple. Can the United States and China truly cooperate again? I don't think, but the answer is complicated. Economic cooperation may continue in limited areas, but deep strategic mistrust is likely to remain for years. The world is entering a new era where technology equals to power and energy security drive diplomacy. AI is shaping the national security and economic influence becoming a geopolitical weapon.